I'm just really glad that you guys can continue to provide things like this for people like me, you know what I mean? Because before with weed, all I did was smoke it. And now it's opened me up to maybe even growing, producing my own weed, my own wax, my own butter, my own edibles maybe, you know what I mean? It's definitely something that's really positive, and I'm really glad that you guys have this going on for us. That's why I fuck with the CannaChef Union a lot, so you should fuck with it too.
What's good? I'ma kill the real deal with zeal and mass appeal. Fresh like you popped the seal. Your host for the Sesh, produced by the CannaChef Union. I'm kicking it right here with the devil in the kitchen, Chef Boston. How you feeling?
I feel good, man. I'm a little salted. The Lakers won their 17th championship and tied up with the Celtics, but I'm gonna be all right. I'll survive this week.
Let it out, man.
I hate the Lakers, man. I'm so mad. Hey, yo, Lakers and the Heat and everybody, it's all about Boston Celtics. We're good next year. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, we're all good. Don't worry about it. We'll be back.
We're going to bounce back. There's always next year.
There's always next year.
And real G's never fall flat. They bounce back.
Tough times don't last. Tough people do.
There it is. Now, I want to talk to you about the other brand. I know Devil in the Kitchen, but there's also Reserve, LVX. I really am drawn to the card and that design. And I'm curious, not only do you have that glossy texture, but what made you choose this image of the pig serving another pig's head on a platter?
So the idea came from one of my best friends back home in Boston. I was maybe 17, 18 years old, and we had a conversation. It was one of the first conversations I had ever had with anybody about my future and what I wanted to do. And I had told him that I wanted to be a chef, that I was already working in a kitchen. But I thought, in the back of my mind, I'm something, I could be a chef, but it's a dog-eat-dog world in there. So what he did is he created that logo specifically for me because I was so infatuated with whole animals and pigs and charcuterie and breaking down animals and stuff like that. So he made a pig-eat-pig design for me. And I've used that, man, as far back as I can remember. And at first it was supposed to be a tattoo, but I'm running out of space, so I made it into a card and into my business logo. But it is a dog-eat-dog world, you know what I mean? The restaurant business is no bullshit. Can I cuss? Go for it. All right, I'm sorry. I'm from Boston. I have a foul mouth. But it's a dog-eat-dog world, man. It's a fucked up industry, and you gotta have a lot of grit to be in it. You know what I mean? It's not easy. 90 hours a week is really 90 fucking hours a week. You know what I mean? It's hard, but it's something that I enjoy. It's something that I love, and it's my passion. So I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Every day is a good day.
I agree with you. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Even pigs will eat bacon. And I'm so glad I asked about that because I didn't know it had such a deep story with why you started as a chef. And it being originally made for you, that's so dope.
Yeah, this is an original drawing. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my friend, I actually have the original piece of paper. He did this with pencil. So I have the original in pencil at my house framed up. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. And now look at you.
Yeah, now look at me. I'm still broke.
But you out here, that's temporary.
Yeah, it's definitely temporary. I mean, we're all going through it. COVID hit. It fucked a lot of us over, especially in the restaurant game and the industry. But, as long as they keep doing things like this, they give chefs like myself an opportunity because before I met Brooksy, I wasn't working with cannabis. And it had always been in the back of my mind, but I never really thought about it until Brooksy came into my life, and I'm like, something? The cannabis game is a moneymaker. And it's not just that it's a moneymaker, it's really good for you. CBD, it has so many good properties, man, and I've seen people have seizures in front of me, and really the CBD oil has really helped, and it does a lot. And I've done a lot of research, so I'm just really glad that you guys can continue to provide things like this for people like me, you know what I mean? Because before with weed, all I did was smoke it. And now it's opened me up to maybe even growing, producing my own weed, my own wax, my own butter, my own edibles maybe, you know what I mean? It's definitely something that's really positive, and I'm really glad that you guys have this going on for us. That's why I fuck with the CannaChef Union a lot, so you should fuck with it too. It's a real thing, yo. It really is. I fuck with Brooksy. Thank you for everything, man. I'm just really blessed to be here, to be honest with you.
Shout out to Brooksy, the creator of the CannaChef Union. Made this possible for me to get together here on the Sesh with Chef Boston. And I agree with you, this community is amazing. I'm so glad to hear about you talking about how you learned more about cannabis, and you seem like every aspect of it, from growing it to making your own products.
Yeah, exactly, man. And like the first time I walked into one of these places, I was like, well, I'm from Boston, so when I used to get weed, it would be off the homie on the corner, you know what I mean? Or I'd call one of my boys, whatever. But I remember when I moved to Los Angeles and I first walked into a dispensary and I'm like, what the fuck is all this? Like, I can legally buy this shit? And then I walked into this a couple of years later and I'm like, what the fuck? My mind was blown again. I'm like, we can actually grow our own weed and sell our own weed without any problems. And I'm sure there's things that probably need to get sorted out, but whatever, you know what I mean? It's all good, man, and I'm just happy that there's places like this and things like this exist for people like me, because without this, I probably wouldn't. I'd be home right now. I wouldn't be doing it. I'd be sitting on my couch pissed off that the Lakers won. You know. Instead, now I got to come over here and smoke a little weed and forget about it. There's better time. There's better luck next year for my team. You know what I mean? So.
I know what you mean. We are definitely blessed to be living here at this time and be around this event, because I don't think there's anywhere in the world where it's going down like this on this level.
Yeah. No. Definitely not, because I haven't heard about any sessions in Boston for sure. No, definitely not. None in New York. I've reached out to a couple of my boys in Miami. None of them. My girlfriend's in Tampa right now. I asked her to look out for it. I'm like, hey, she's there for her mother, but I'm like, hey, if you see anything that might resemble, like, you know, any flyers or anything that just like invite people to a session or anything like that, let me know. You know what I mean? But she said she's been there for 2 weeks, no luck. I know that they have things like this in LA, but I don't know if it's blowing up like it is out here. I mean, we got like 5 of these today.
At least
5 sessions today in Las Vegas alone, so it's good. I'm glad that these things are popping up. It just gives people a chance to come up from underneath too, you know what I mean? Like people, like I said, like myself, like imagine me, I can't get a job right now on the strip to save my life. And I'm qualified. I worked at Momofuku. I worked at Caesar's Palace. I'm qualified. I just can't get the position because they're not available, you know? So a kid like me just sitting at home and I make edibles and I bring them to a place like this, I'm liable to make between $20 and $200. And, you know, and it keeps me busy. It keeps me, you know, motivated, thinking on the next thing. It turns me into an entrepreneur when I would have been a kitchen slave, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's good. It's definitely opened up my eyes to so many possibilities and so many different things.
Wow. I'm glad. Thanks for saying all that, because I'm seeing even more opportunity at these events here in the way that you describe it.
Yeah, of course. There's so many opportunities. You know what I mean?
All right, now I'm going to have you make a choice. You trying to hit that?
Yes, I am. I've been trying to. Since the Lakers won, I've been on one. If you go on my on my Instagram right now, I'm fucking on one. I'm so pissed off.
Go ahead and hit that, bro. Remember, devil in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, so it's devil_in_the_kitchen. And then reserved LVX is RSRVD_LVX.
Before we peace out, because I've been having such a good time with you, I got a choice for you to make. Either the blue card or the red card.
Would you rather?
Go ahead and read it. Would you rather?
Would you rather know your future or not remember your past? I've had a really fucked up past, right? But without my past, I wouldn't be who I am right now. So I'd rather remember everything about my past that's brought me here today and not worry about the future, because tomorrow's not promised. I've had so many homies come and go, and tomorrow's not promised. So I'm only living for today, trying to be a better person than I was yesterday. How can I be a better person if I forget who I was and where I come from? I can't do that. You know what I mean? So don't worry about tomorrow. As long as you're up today and you're good today, the rest will fall into place. Just be godly, take care of each other, take care of your neighbor, smoke a blunt, you'll be fine.
Word! Hey, and make sure you apply that advice when it comes to the Lakers today. Peace!